Columbus police searching for clues tonight in a fatal shooting, how they need the community's help in solving the crime. Plus, all eyes are on Indiana this Tuesday as voters hit the polls as the presidential race continues to heat up.
And we had some showers and storms around the area this evening, but will we see rain for the work week? The full forecast is just ahead.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Rosalind Giles. In our top story tonight, police are hunting for the person responsible for killing a man in front of an apartment complex. 44-year-old Calvin Denson was found in the parking lot of Warren Williams Homes on Winton Road around 5:30 last night. He'd been shot multiple times. He was rushed to the ER and later pronounced dead. An autopsy will be performed tomorrow morning. Police are following up on leads. They're hoping someone will come forward with information leading to an arrest. It's been 1 week since a local high school baseball coach was laid to rest, but Columbus police are trying to track down the driver of a stolen car that hit David Pollard. Take a look at your screen. These are pictures of the driver police say caused a 3-car accident that claimed Pollard's life. Investigators say the suspect stole a car and led police on a chase that caused a deadly crash last Monday on Buena Vista Road. He was last seen running down Andrews Road. If you have any information on who this person is or where he may be, you're asked to contact police. In Phoenix City, police are also searching for a man they say shot into a crowd of people, shooting a woman. Investigators say a 21-year-old Jaquan Oates, seen here, is wanted for attempted murder charges. The incident happened on April 24th near the 1800 block of 10th Court following an argument. Police would like to hear from you if you have any information about this case. Well, turning now to politics, the race to the White House will make a crucial stop in Indiana on Tuesday for what is turning out to be a make or break primary for all of the presidential candidates. Scott McLean has more.
Coming off a 5-state sweep last Tuesday, GOP frontrunner Donald Trump is eager to keep the momentum going with a win in Indiana. And according to the latest poll, there's a good chance of that happening. The business mogul leads as the Republican choice by about 15 percentage points. In a recent Fox interview, Trump says with a win in the Hoosier State, the race is over.
Cruz cannot win. He's got no highway. He's got nothing. He's way behind. I'm leading him by millions and millions of votes, and I'm leading him by 400 or 500 delegates. He can't win.
A harsh reality for Senator Ted Cruz, who's hoping a recent endorsement by Indiana's governor will translate into more votes.
Obviously, in Indiana, Governor Pence is incredibly well respected, and having his support, I think, is very, very meaningful as voters head into Election Day on Tuesday.
The Democratic frontrunner Hillary Clinton also walked away with several big wins during last week's primaries and is also favored to win in Indiana, despite a narrow lead over Bernie Sanders.
Senator Sanders has been a passionate advocate for positions that he cares deeply about. I think that's been helpful to the Democratic primary process. But there comes a time when you have to look at the reality.
In Washington, I'm Scott McLean.
Well, we are expecting some rain in the forecast for the start of your work week. Elizabeth is standing by to help keep you safe.
Thanks, Rosalind. Yeah, we do have some showers in the forecast to start us off, but I wanted to look ahead to the next few days, keeping those highs in the low 80s because of the passing showers and storms. But look into Wednesday. We're talking 70s Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. That's because we're going to get some cooler air in here, dry things out, get lots of sunshine. It's going to be really nice to round out this coming work week. But we are going to see a few more showers and storms out ahead of the nice weather. Right now, the dry skies on the Alert Center radar network after some showers and storms that rolled through earlier this evening. Tomorrow morning, it's going to be similar to what we saw today. Starting off quiet, a passing shower around, and then going into the afternoon time, drop that grade to give it a B- because we'll have a few more showers and storms around at the bus stop and for your commute home. So similar forecast for the next couple of days, changes by Wednesday. We'll look at all of that and your Cinco de Mayo forecast all coming up.
All right, looking forward to it, Elizabeth. Thank you. Kids in Columbus turned off their cell phones and to run outdoors in an effort to encourage physical fitness. Elementary and middle school students came out to celebrate at Maricopa Park at Lake Bottom. The Columbus Roadrunners Volunteer Group hosted this event in partnership with the American Running Association to promote increased physical education in schools.
More of them going out, and they start the day with stretching exercises and run for 10 minutes. And then they can go and do something else. Instead, if you went into any school across the country, some of the things that PE classes do, if they have it, are not anything that taxes the activity level of kids.
Look at them go. Runners competed in either a 1 or 2 mile race based on their ages. Organizers say National Run a Mile Day will pop up in other cities across the country in the coming weeks. Well, we can all agree car troubles create a big headache for Auburn University's Southeastern Raptor Center. This is the dilemma they are facing when it comes to the transportation they use to promote wildlife conservation. Rosanna Smith has more on their need and how you can help.
10 birds, 6 people, and 1 broken van.
It gets to a new level of complicated and inconvenience.
That's the situation the staff and birds of Auburn University's Southeastern Raptor Center found themselves in after a recent educational trip in Huntsville.
We had to get 3 rental cars to get our staff and our birds back home.
We had 2 belts that were broken, the idler was broken, and then we had a leaky transmission too.
While the van has since been repaired, with nearly 10 years of wear and tear and more than 100,000 miles logged in, they're in desperate need of a new set of wheels.
We travel all over the Southeast and conduct educational programs, almost 300 a year. In addition, our vehicle has to take us to and from Jordan-Hare Stadium every day to practice for our game day Eagle flights.
The center has launched a campaign to assist them in raising the $50,000 it would take to purchase a new specially equipped vehicle.
But we need a lot of room for them. These Eagle carriers are big, extra large dog crates. It doesn't take long for these birds to overheat, so we need to make sure that the back of it is air conditioned. It's really important to have a specialized vehicle to make sure that these birds are kept safe.
And they have high hopes with the community's help, they can reach their goal.
So being able to take advantage of community support to fund a new van for the Raptor Center is definitely something we're hoping can happen and help our center grow.
Rosanna Smith in Auburn, WTVM News Leader 9.
The Southeastern Raptor Center was founded in the mid-70s. Since then, they have treated and released thousands of birds back into the wild. Well, some very big honors for local girls in our community today. Girl Scouts from around the valley came together at the Columbus Public Library for an awards ceremony. 2 scouts were awarded the highest honor a Girl Scout can receive, the Gold Award. Only high school girls' ages are eligible for the prestigious honor, which challenges girls to come up with a plan to change the world for the better.
Events like this are especially important for our girls because they are working very hard to learn leadership skills. This recognizes that we know that we're building girls of courage, confidence, and character who make the world a better place. And it's especially important for the community to see that our youth are actively involved in making their world better.
Now, in honor to be eligible for a Gold Award, Scouts will have to build and implement a 7-step plan to help their community. We have an update now to a story we brought you last week. 3 of 5 cheerleading teams representing Ultimate Cheerleading in Columbus wrapped up their final round at this weekend's Summit National Tournament in Disney World. The 3 teams, Timber, Nova, and Calabar Pythons, qualified to the finals after Saturday's first round. Each team that made it to today's round placed 3rd in the nation in their respective divisions. Congratulations. Well, some of our co-workers here at WTVM got a chance to get their hands dirty yesterday, all for a good cause. They turned out in big numbers for our Give 9 Day of Service, where we have an opportunity to give back to the community. Our Andrew McDevitt was there.
Only a few hours of work for our WTVM team on a Saturday morning greatly helped the people of the Brown Bag continue to do the great work that they do for the people of the Chattahoochee Valley. Removing the clutter of items, cleaning and painting the doors and floors yesterday will help the people of the Brown Bag reassure to their members that they are the #1 priority.
I think they'll see us that we really care about what is done for them, that other people in the community are willing to come in and help us.
A combined group of our WTVM crew and a group from the Southeast Enterprise Group worked for about 3 hours to help give the Brown Bag a bit of a spring cleaning. It was something that Miss Feliciano greatly appreciated.
It's how the place looks too, and the wonderful volunteers that came from WTVM have made it much simpler for us to provide that for us. I'm just excited what it's going to look like in the end.
If you'd like to help out with the Brown Bag, there are many of ways that you can get involved by donating non-perishable food items, clothes, books, and magazines, and of course, cash donations are accepted as well. I'm Andrew McDevitt reporting in Columbus for WTVM News Leader 9.
A train derailment in Washington, D.C. sends multiple cars flying off the tracks. We'll tell you if anyone was hurt. Plus, Carnival Cruise Lines makes history today with its latest vacation trip. Details about why this voyage is so historic. Straight ahead. In Washington, D.C., emergency responders and hazmat crews are cleaning up after the mess of a CSX freight train derailment this morning. It happened around 6:30 near the Rhode Island Avenue Metro Station. That's near East D.C. CSX says approximately 10 cars overturned. One of the derailed cars leaked sodium hydroxide until it was successfully plugged. The chemical is used in paper, soap, and other detergents. Now, the train was headed from Maryland to North Carolina. No injuries were reported. A history-making day in Miami. The first U.S. cruise to Cuba in more than 50 years sets off to Havana. This is Carnival Corporation's Fathom Line ship Adonia. It will be the first U.S. cruise ship to visit the communist island nation since the U.S. restored diplomatic relations last July. The trip hasn't been without controversy, though. Carnival faced criticism for initially blocking people born in Cuba from booking.
To be a part of truly making history and preparing for an even more positive future for everyone is one of the greatest honors any company can have. So to be a part of being the first people to be able to sail from the U.S. to Cuba and back, including those who were born in Cuba, is a tremendous privilege and honor.
The Adonia raised its anchors at 3:30 p.m. this afternoon with 700 passengers on board. Switching gears a bit now to the weather. Boy, it's been great, but I know it's coming to a screeching halt.
We do have some rain in the forecast, but can you believe that it is May 1st?
I cannot.
Where
has the year gone already?
We were just gearing up for Weather Radio Wednesday to start, and now we're almost wrapping it up. We only have 2 more. So this Wednesday is going to be our second to last. We're going to be in Lanett, Alabama from 10 to 2 Eastern time. Again, you need to come see us. We'll be there at the Kroger on Gilmore Avenue programming those weather radios. Of course, you can buy one there for around $30, or if you have one at home, you can bring that in as well. We'll also get your cell phone set with our severe weather text alert. So here's the setup that we have going on across the Chattahoochee, or across the southeast. This area of pressure out to our west. It's tracking to the east, and it's going to bring in some moisture, and that's what's going to drive those rain chances up for the next couple days. And not a washout for us here across the Chattahoochee Valley, just something to keep in mind. We are going to see some showers, and also more showers in portions of southern Louisiana into southern Mississippi, prompting this flash flood watch. They've had way too much rain over a short amount of time over the last several days. So if you're traveling to the west, you need to keep it in mind and definitely be mindful of the weather. So back here, the Alert Center radar network shows that rain that came through our eastern Alabama counties really fizzled out there once it moved through the Columbus, Phoenix City, and Fort Benning area. So our eastern Georgia counties didn't get much in the way of rain today. And again, that's going to be the forecast. Not all day rain for everybody. Just be mindful of a passing shower and even a thunderstorm. Temperature wise, we're in the 70s right now. Low 70s here across the Georgia side. On the Alabama side, temperatures in the 60s. They've had a little more cloud coverage and a little more rain today, keeping those temperatures down. Your Futurecast takes us into your Monday morning, getting ready for the bus stop. Not much in the way of rain. An isolated shower possible with a few clouds around. By Monday evening, again, better coverage of rain and storms like we saw today. And then Tuesday, a similar forecast to your Monday, starting off mostly dry with some clouds and then ending with scattered showers and storms by your evening time. But again, Wednesday is going to be that day of transition. Much better weather going into your Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So looking good there. We'll see those 70s, of course, across the board, and Cinco de Mayo is on Thursday, and I have a perfect forecast for you. 70s, mostly sunny, cooler. Average high temperature for this time of year, upper 70, near 80 degrees, so even cooler than that. And then we'll take those 70s into Friday, sunshine too. By Saturday and Sunday, we will get those 80s back in, but a very nice into the work week. After kind of a wet weather pattern that we've seen, we were at 90 yesterday. Definitely not ready for that, but starting off May with a pretty good forecast.
Sounds good. Looking forward to it. All right. Thank you, Elizabeth. Well, coming up, the NFL draft is over, but another former local star is still getting his chance to play on Sundays. Paul's got more on that ahead. Plus, it was a case of bumper cars at the Talladega Super Speedway. Highlights from a race filled with bad wrecks.
from WTVM Sports Leader 9, Paul Stockman.
NASCAR is all about going fast. Now, I could make a ton of Talladega Nights references right now, but I think that's a little too cliche. All I'll say is it's the Geico 500, and after today's race, I hope these drivers had good insurance. Let's go to the track. It's Talladega Super Speedway this afternoon. If you're one of those folks that likes wrecks, well, today was the day for you. Just 50 laps in, Dale Earnhardt Jr. loses control here, wrecks into his teammate Casey Kane. Jr. would actually wreck twice this afternoon before his day would end. Let's go to lap 96. Jamie McMurray and Austin Dillon getting into it in the middle of the pack. Yeah, that's not good. Chris Buescher had a scary moment. That's his car flipping and barrel rolling down the track. Very scary moment, but he would end up okay and walk away from the crash. 28 laps to go. Kurt Busch is going to hit Jimmy Johnson from the back. This sets off the big one, a 17-car wreck. Martin Truex Jr. and Austin Dillon also involved. One car briefly catching fire there, but everybody would be okay. Still more wrecks this afternoon. Michael McDowell's going to hit Danica Patrick. Then she would hit Matt Kenseth. He goes airborne. Yep, I'm flying through the air. That's not very good. It's a very scary moment indeed. Everybody would be okay. Danica needed to take a second to collect herself after that wreck, but everybody was all right. Now let's go to the final lap, and the wrecks did not stop there. Right as we get to the last turn, lots of people crashing, including Truex Jr., Kevin Harvick, and A.J. Allmendinger, but Brad Keselowski would ultimately get the win, and there is a nice shower for the victor. And in baseball today, the Columbus State Cougars taking on UNC Pembroke. Senior day at the ballpark, not off to a good start. Christian Snyder with a ground ball past the diving Justin Evans. Nick Salisbury and Drew Beaver come in to score, and the Braves would jump out to a 7-1 lead. Columbus State climbing back in it, though. Ryan Eiley, the senior, getting some work in. Liner through the hole allows Jackson Oliver to come in from third. Cougars would eventually take the lead, but UNC would avoid the sweep. Beaver with a hard hit ball to left. That one's gone. 3-run homer, part of a 10-run afternoon for the Braves. CSU falls 10-9, snapping their 17-game winning streak, their first loss since March 26th. Meanwhile, the Atlanta Braves facing the Chicago Cubs at Wrigley. Nature Boy Ric Flair, woo, there with his daughter Charlotte, throwing out the first pitch. Top of the sixth, bases loaded. Adonis Garcia grounded to short, and he can't come up with it. Addison Russell, that is. A run comes in. Braves would build up a 3-0 lead. But in the bottom of the ninth, the Cubbies would come back. Russell making up for the earlier error with this liner to right. Ben Zobrist comes in to tap the plate, and it ties the game at 3. We are going to extra innings. Top of the 10th, runner at first. Braves pulling off the hit and run here. Malik Smith hitting it where nobody is. That's going to left field, and Daniel Castro on his horse slides safely into third. He'd later score on a sac fly. Bottom of the 10th, 2 down, runner on first. Anthony Rizzo, a home run would win the game. This is a deep fly ball to left center, but not deep enough. Jeff Francoeur there for the catch in the final out. The Braves go on to win 4-3, their 6th victory of the season. And the NFL draft officially comes to an end, and now it's time for the undrafted free agents to get picked up, and one local boy is heading to the pros and not staying far from home. J.D. McKissick, the former Central Red Devil, was signed by the Atlanta Falcons yesterday after the draft. McKissick finished his senior season with 525 yards receiving, 112 yards rushing, and 3 touchdowns. Now, the contract does not guarantee him a spot on the team when the season starts, but it does give him a chance to represent Phoenix City on Sundays. Other names that went undrafted and were picked up during free agency, these are according to SBNation.com. From Auburn, Jonathan Jones going to the Patriots, Avery Young to the Saints, Peyton Barber heading to Tampa Bay, and he'll be joined by 2 teammates, Devontae Lambert and Casanova McKenzie. Lots of guys from Georgia. The biggest ones, Jake Gaines to the Vikings, Sterling Bailey to the Colts, Quavon Hicks to Tennessee, and kicker Marshall Morgan up there in Buffalo. Hope he has a jacket. And from Bama, DJ Petway is going to the Big Easy along with Dylan Lee, and Jake Coker, the QB, is going to get his shot with the Arizona Cardinals. Don't need a jacket out there, except at night.
At night. Well, you know, it's an exciting time for those football players, for
sure.
I
know. It's such a great time to see these kids get a chance to live out their dream, and I wish the best luck to all of them.
Absolutely. Thank you, Paul. Well, firefighters in Colorado have chased off a small bear that got into someone's apartment. The animal somehow reached the second-floor apartment in Avon yesterday and got into the living room. A man who lives there locked himself in the bathroom. I don't blame him. Where firefighters coaxed the bear into the hallway just as he started to rummage through the fridge. Look at him there. Well, the animal then darted outside the building and no one was hurt. The bear is fine as well. It's amazing how these things happen.
picnic basket.
We just got an email that had 19 monkeys got loose in South Carolina. So.
Well, check this one out. The beloved elephants of the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus are bidding farewell. The last 11 female elephants touring with what's been billed as the greatest show on earth take their final bow. They did so today at Providence, Rhode Island. It is the end of a 145-year tradition. After today's show, the elephants will then retire to their permanent home. That's the Ringling Center for Elephant Conservation in Florida.
Of course it's in Florida. That's where all folks go to retire.
Sad, though. We've enjoyed them for many, many years.
Definitely.
Yes.
Final check of your forecast, getting out at the bus app and heading into work tomorrow morning. No major issues. A passing shower. Temperatures will be in the mid-60s, but we're going to warm up again, and then more rain by your Monday afternoon. So make sure you grab the umbrella as you're getting out to work tomorrow.
We will definitely keep that in mind, Elizabeth. Thank you. Well, that's going to do it for us here on Newsletter 9. Thank you so much for joining us, and be sure to join Newsletter 9 this morning, and we'll have updates for you on our website as well, WTVM.com. Good night.